A legal expert says the deportation of individuals who are not South Sudanese nationals to the East African country is illegal and violates international law. In July, the Trump administration deported 8 people to South Sudan, but only one of them is a South Sudanese national. Our correspondent Patrick Oyet sat down with that expert to help unpack the ongoing debate.
Okay, so recently South Sudan received some deportees from the United States of America. These deportees are actually nationals of other countries. Do deportees have any right in law?
Every country, as a sovereign country, has a right to have a bilateral agreement with any other country. As a sovereign country, it is understandable and we respect that. But when we talk about deportation to a third country, like South Sudan, every country has a right to only accept their nationals back home. But when you deport somebody who is not a national of a specific country, it is even a violation of the Nationality Act and immigration of that particular country. Where you are deporting somebody, if the person have no legal right to residence, then there is a question mark about that. So the issue of why deporting to South Sudan is also a question of sometimes there are countries that are powerful. They have a kind of bilateral agreement with some countries that they believe are weaker than them, and that bilateral agreement is to step on certain international human rights on specific countries based on the interests that they need from those countries.
And does deportation of somebody to another country other than their own country, should we even call it deportation first of all? Does it have any provision in law?
Well, we don't actually call it as deportation because where the person is going is a third country. And legally, it is just an extraordinary transfer of individual from a country of conviction to a third country, where in accordance with the law, you're supposed to be transferred to that country as you are transiting to your country.
And why Africa and smaller and weaker countries are the ones taking these deportees? We've seen also some going to the southern part of Africa and of course South Sudan. But we've not seen deportees being taken to France, to Britain, to, other powerful countries, Germany.
This is a question of power dynamic. It's a question of who is powerful. And like you said, such deportees cannot be taken to Britain or Germany or such kind of places. Why? Because, one, those countries are legally, economically, and politically, like having all means to refuse any kind of bilateral agreement that is violating international human rights. And they have all the reasons to say, no, we cannot accept this because, of course, it's about the power. And most of the powerful countries prefer African countries because they believe it is a soft target where anytime you have understanding with them, they can accept any deportees based on the bilateral agreement you have with them